Scorpio, Sagittarius. What if July is the month that finally closes a painful chapter that you've been carrying far too long? So something far more aligned can finally begin. Hello, my Sagittarius, Capricorn, CUSP family. Welcome back into the Mystical Soul Tribe, Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe. It's Manda here. Thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, and being subscribers. July feels incredibly profound for your energy. This isn't a small month. This feels like a month of endings, awakenings, truth, healing, and reclaiming parts of yourself that may have been lost in survival mode. Many of you have been carrying emotional exhaustion, mental overwhelm, uncertainty, or simply feeling like you've been fighting battles no one else can see. And Spirit is showing me that July is asking you one important question. What are you ready to stop carrying? Because the astrology this month is very powerful. We begin with Jupiter square Chiron, bringing old wounds to the surface around confidence, self-worth, recognition, love, and feeling truly seen. Some of you may realize you've been overgiving, overthinking, overextending yourselves in relationships, family situations, work dynamics, or even maybe within your own healing journey. And at the same time, Mars joins forces with Uranus in Gemini early in the month, creating sudden shifts, surprising conversations, unexpected news, and breakthroughs that can completely alter the direction you're moving in. Things can feel stuck. Things that felt stuck may suddenly start to move. Things you've tolerated may suddenly become impossible to ignore. And honestly, my Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cuspers, I keep hearing Spirit saying here for you, the discomfort is not punishment, it's redirection. Around the 7th, Neptune will turn retrograde, inviting you inward. Illusions begin to dissolve. You may start seeing situations, people, commitments, maybe even yourself with much greater clarity. Sometimes healing isn't about adding more. Sometimes healing is finally seeing the truth. And we have that beautiful Cancer new moon around the 14th. That new moon feels deeply emotional for you. It speaks about home, safety, belonging, emotional nourishment. Creating that life that actually supports your soul instead of simply draining your energy. Some of you may be thinking about family matters, moving, reconnecting with loved ones, changing priorities, or maybe even redefining what security truly means. Love is also an interesting storyline this month for you. With Venus moving into Virgo, relationships become more intentional. You'll crave consistency over promises, action over words, peace over chaos. And for some of you, this may be the month that you realize that love should feel supportive and not exhausting. Even career and finances feel quite active this month with Mars moving. Mars, continues to bring some sort of momentum, movement. Mercury does remain retrograde until the 23rd of July. It's encouraging you to review plans rather than rushing ahead. There may be delays, revisions, or old opportunities resurfacing, or maybe even conversations returning that need closure before the next chapter can begin. I'm hearing trust the timing. Not every pause is a setback. Sometimes Spirit pauses us because we're being repositioned. And by the second half of the month, the energy really begins shifting significantly here, where Mercury moves direct on the 23rd, helping communication flow more easily, bringing clarity around decisions, contract, finances, work projects, even future plans. And then towards the end of July, we have some very truly expansive energy, right? Jupiter sextiles Uranus, Jupiter sextiles Uranus, Jupiter trines Neptune. The Sun will conjunct Neptune, bringing opportunities for growth, inspiration, visibility, confidence, and new possibilities. But perhaps the biggest lesson this month comes through that Aquarius full moon on the 29th. It's going to feel like liberation energy, freedom energy, authentic energy, releasing the old identities, releasing the expectations, releasing stories that no longer belong to who you're becoming. Because my Scorpio, Sagittarius, you are not who you were 6 months ago. You evolved, you survived, you learned, and now Spirit's like asking, Can you give yourself permission, and can you give yourself permission to become the person you've already been growing into? Because this month isn't about becoming someone new. It's more about finally allowing yourself to be who you've always been, underneath the fear, underneath the pressure, underneath the responsibility, underneath the worry, you know? With that said, let's explore your cards and see what does Spirit have out here for you that's laid out before us here. Diving into your current self. Oh, thank you so much for hitting the like button. I really, truly appreciate it. Leaving comments. Tens could be a significant number. Interesting, we've got the Ten of Swords here. Let's get a clarifiers out here. Ten of Swords. Nine of Swords. I feel one more. The Knight of Wands. Okay, so these cards are showing where you currently stand emotionally, mentally, and spiritually as you enter this month. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cuspers, Spirit is immediately showing someone who is exhausted. Not weak, not defeated, just tired. Ten of Swords often arrives when we've reached the end of a chapter that has demanded everything from us emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Now, the Nine of Swords clarifying many of you are carrying worries behind those closed doors. Perhaps you're overthinking, losing sleep, questioning whether you're moving in the right direction, wondering if you are doing enough. Or maybe feeling pressure to keep pushing forward, even though your soul's been asking you to rest. For some, this is connected to work, relationships, or family obligations, or financial concerns, or your healing journey. Maybe it could just simply be carrying the burdens that were never yours to carry in the first place. But the Knight of Wands coming out tells me something very important, that your spirit has not given up. Even through the uncertainty, there's still a fire inside your belly. There's still passion. There's still ambition. There's still a part of you saying, there has to be something more than just surviving. And astrologically, this energy really aligns with the beginning of July. Jupiter squaring Chiron, which is bringing their old wounds around self-worth and confidence to the surface. Mars meeting Uranus early in the month may feel like a sudden wake-up call. Something may happen that pushes you to realize that you cannot keep doing things the same way. This feels like the ending before that breakthrough. Not the ending of you, the ending of the version of you that has outgrown the old story. That 10 is a completion. Let's have a look at the theme of the month. We have death. Let's clarify it. Something is coming to an end, transformation, the moon. If July had an ending, I meant to say headline, but I said ending. Transformation, period. This is actually a very strong rebirth energy that you could receive. Your headline is transformation. Death never really speaks about literal endings, right? It speaks about the shedding of the skin, the outgrowing identities, closing cycles, releasing attachments, and allowing yourself to evolve. The moon that is clarifying the death card tells me the process isn't entirely comfortable. There may be uncertainty, confusion, hidden truth surfacing, old fears appearing one final time before they can finally be released. Some of you may feel like you're standing between two worlds. One version of yourself is asking to stay safe, and the other part of you is asking you to step into the unknown. That Neptune retrograde this month is going to support this energy. Illusions begin dissolving. Things that you once tolerate may suddenly become impossible to ignore. Relationships reveal their true foundations. Career situations will become clear. Family dynamics shift. Healing will accelerate. And Spirit is saying, you're not losing yourself, you're actually finding yourself. Let's have a look at the goal pursue for the month. The goal to pursue is the Nine of Wands. Queen of Swords. Okay, so this is where your efforts are likely to create the greatest progress. Preservance. The goal this month is preservance, but not preservance through suffering. Preservance through wisdom. The Nine of Wands shows that someone who have survived many battles. Someone who has learned difficult lessons. Someone who has been disappointed before. Someone who has suffered something, battles, something that was hard, but you still chose to stand. The Queen of Swords says that you become incredibly honest with yourself. Yeah, it's asking you to become, okay, so the Queen of Swords is saying be honest with yourself. What deserves your energy, what doesn't? Who has access to you, who drains you? Where are you sacrificing your peace to keep everyone else comfortable? July asks you to protect your energy differently. Boundaries become blessings. Truth becomes medicine. Clarity becomes your superpower. Now, the new moon in Cancer, the 14th, it really does also support the energy of setting intentions around emotional security, healthier routines, family life, and personal healing. I'm hearing your strength this month is not found in doing more. It's found in becoming more selective. Double nines as well in your spread could be significant. Here's strength, the obstacle to overcome. Now, this isn't necessarily the roadblock, it's that growth point, right? The obstacle isn't the external. I'm hearing internal. It's learning to trust yourself again. It's overcoming that self-doubt. It's releasing the belief that you always have to be strong for everyone else. Strength reminds you that courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage looks like asking for help, resting, or saying no, or changing your mind, or walking away, choosing yourself. This Mercury retrograde throughout much of July may just bring moments where your patience will be tested. Plans may shift, communication will feel slow, people from the past may reappear, but underneath it all, because strength is here, respond, don't react. This is incredibly powerful, and I'm hearing that the power is going to be in staying grounded while everything around you changes. Let's have a look at your major accomplishments. Two of Wands. So making a choice. Let's clarify. Page of Swords. Okay, Spirit still believes that you are capable of accomplishing this accomplishing something if you stay aligned. Expansion energy, this Two of Wands. Maybe it's new ideas, new directions, possibilities, making a decision, making a choice, moving towards that direction, like you're standing at a doorway of a new chapter. The Page of Swords talks about their curiosity, learning, researching, planning, exploring options. Maybe it's travel, career shifts, education, launching projects, social media growth, moving, building something long-term, taking that action. By the end of July, with Jupiter activating powerful opportunities, Mercury moving direct, many of you may just begin seeing a path forward that wasn't visible before. The vision is going to become clearer. I'm hearing think bigger. I'm hearing think bigger. Because you're preparing for something larger than what you've allowed yourself to imagine. What to avoid this month? Temperance. So this card can reveal where the energy could be wasted or misdirected. Interesting. I'm hearing here with the Temperance, avoid forcing balance. Avoid trying to make everything work out at once. Avoid over compromising. Avoid becoming the peacemaker at your own expense. The Temperance card is like asking here in this position, Where are you waiting endlessly for people, situations, or outcomes to become what they were never designed to be? Healing does not require that self-sacrifice. Love does not require self-abandonment. Success does not require that burnout. Allow things to unfold naturally, Spirit is saying. Don't rush the timing, divine timing, but also don't stay stuck waiting for permission to move. Eight of Swords on what to embrace. Okay, so this is the energy that you lean into and you watch doors begin to moving. Seven of Swords. A lot of Swords energy coming up in your reading. Overcast and raining weather can be, or cold weather could be significant in for some of you guys in the month of July. Okay, now this is going to sound surprising with these two cards coming out in this position, all right? Spirit wants you to embrace awareness. The Eight of Swords is the limiting beliefs, all right? The stories you tell yourself, the fears that keep you small. Now, the Seven of Swords is coming through to say what narratives are no longer true. What survival strategies are still operating? What masks are you ready to remove? I'm hearing here because freedom begins the moment you recognize that many of your limitations were never punishments. This month is going to be about reclaiming your power, choosing authenticity, choosing truth and liberation. Beautiful. 87 could be a significant number. Two of Wheels. Where to find support. Let's get another one. I'm hearing something about balance and rest. You definitely don't have to do this alone. Yeah, support comes through balance, rest, reflection, community, trusted people, soul family, healing spaces, spiritual practice. There's a reminder here that you do not need to carry everything yourself. I'm hearing slow down with the Four of Swords. Listen, recharge, reconnect with yourself. Allow support to arrive. For some, support arrives through friendships. Some of you, it's going to be mentors. Maybe some of you, it's family, therapists, online communities, like soul tribe energy. I'm getting soul tribe. And I'm hearing here that you are far less alone than you actually think. The number 24 could also be a significant number for some of you. Finally, your advice and encouragement is the High Priestess. So I'm seeing in my mind's eye like Spirit sitting beside you, whispering advice, to trust your intuition, to trust what your body feels, trust what your heart already knows. Because the High Priestess comes through to remind you that not everything needs immediate answers. Some things reveal themselves through time, some truths emerge through experience, some paths only become visible once you begin walking. This Mercury retrograde will be teaching you to listen inward. Less noise, less validation, more listening, more trusting, more honoring your inner wisdom. You are a High Priestess. Everyone is here. It's just about trusting it. Your inner High Priestess. You already know far more than you realize. Let's have a look at this mystical forest oracle here. Beautiful inner light. Your inner light can never be dimmed by another's shadow. Keep shining gently, and the right souls will recognize your authentic glow. Beautiful. This is your soul message for July. Stop shrinking, stop apologizing, stop dimming your light to make others feel comfortable. People will misunderstand you, people will project on you, people will outgrow your journey, and that's okay. Because your light was never meant to fit into spaces that cannot celebrate who you truly are. Your people will find you, your opportunities will find you, your purpose will find you, but first, you have to stop hiding yourself, I'm hearing. It's Leo in Jupiter. Shine your light. July feels like a threshold month. July feels like a month where old versions of yourself are being lovingly released. A month where healing becomes empowerment. A month where intuition becomes louder than fear. A month where spirit reminds you that endings are often sacred beginnings in disguise. Beautiful souls, share with us below in the comments. What are you ready to leave behind in July, and what new chapters are you stepping into? Beautiful soul, if this reading resonated or helped you in your sort of way, do like the video, comment, subscribe, share this with another soul. Until next time, keep trusting your intuition, keep honoring your path, and remember, your inner light was never meant to be hidden. It was always meant to guide you home. I'm sending you love and light for the month ahead, and I'll check you around the next one.